Dream Team, it's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with TikTok clips about Aussie healthcare. Excited to jump in. Before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. See what we got.
Can you tell me why it costs so much money to see an Aussie GP now?
Hey, I'm a GP in Australia and I'm going to explain this as best as I can, and then you can work out whose fault it is. So when you come to see a GP in Australia, we claim a fee for that service, but that not only covers our time, it also covers our admin staff, our nurses, our IT, the premises, all of our consumables, etc. You see where I'm coming from. In 1984, when Medicare was first set up, for the most common item number, we would get about $24. And that would be enough to cover all those things that I was talking about there. Fast forward to 2023, and that number should be nearer $60. And unfortunately,
that's not much,
the government hasn't been increasing the Medicare rebate, so it's still at $39. So everything else has got more expensive. So equipment, staff, premises, rent, all this kind of stuff has got more expensive, but we're not getting any more from the government to cover it, and somebody has to cover that gap.
Can somebody tell me
Shout out to him for explaining that so perfectly. But he said it's still at $39 to see a GP, which is not bad. But I guess I'm coming from American mind state where got almost any country with any doctor bill, I'd probably say it's not bad because our bills are just through the roof. Like, we go bankrupt over here because our medical bills. But dang, that's not bad at all. All right, what we got next?
Hello, Mr. Jones. I hear you're the local dingo catcher. Good. So did you see the snake? How far were you in the water when it bit you? How fast do you think you were going when you hit that kangaroo? So let me get this right. You're living in a tent in the middle of an 8-acre block of land.
Oh, you might want to move.
Hello, Mr.
You might. So these are problems you got. These Australian doctors have when patients come into the office. These are the questions y'all gotta ask. Did you see the snake? How far were you in the water when it bit you? How fast were you going when you hit the kangaroo? You living in a tent in the middle of an 8-acre block of land? That's crazy. That's insane. Okay. The local dingo catcher. These are the problems Aussies come to the doctor with. Okay.
If there's any doctors out there, could you please stitch this? I need a bit of help. I've had this rash on my arm.
Hey Matty, doctor here. Let's do
Talk
this.
to me.
So we see this rash a lot in Australia, especially in summertime when people are sweating more. It's called pityriasis versicolor or tinea versicolor. Basically what's happened is the sweat has disrupted the natural fungus that live on the skin. There's an overgrowth of a certain type. This is what it looks like on light skin, what it looks like on darker skin.
Oh.
The go-to treatment for this is always ketoconazole shampoo or Nizoral. It's got an antifungal and an anti-inflammatory in it. I know it sounds strange, but if you put that on the rash before you go in the shower in the morning and leave it on for a couple of minutes, wash off, the rash will be gone in a couple of weeks. Good luck.
I do not like that. Shout out to him for helping though. We appreciate that big time. Yeah, I don't like the look of that rash. Gave me the heebie-jeebies a little bit.
I think one of the things that confused me the most about being a doctor that moved from the NHS to Australia was when, on my first day of work, at 5:10, when I was supposed to finish at 5, the practice manager opened my door and said, "Mike, why are you still here?" I was so confused. You actually want me to go home? Madness.
That's when you know you done traded up. That's when you know you at a place that runs things well, right? You want me to go home when I'm supposed to go home? Like, I'm actually supposed to clock out when my schedule tells me to clock out. I don't have to stay over. My guy was mind blown. That's what happened. I'm not dissing the NHS at all. Not dissing the NHS at all. But it sounds like Australia might got it figured out just a tad bit more. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say. Keep it going. Dang. Okay. So they paid $680 US, but will be reimbursed by private insurance. Okay. Oh. Okay. Hey, U.S. hospitals could never. They could. You just 680 probably would have been add an extra zero to that, and that's probably what you would have ended up paying out here in the U.S. You feel me? So they could do it. You just they're gonna get charged a whole lot more. But shout out to the Aussie healthcare system once again. Absolutely incredible. But we know it's incredible at this point. We know what to expect at this point. Y'all got a great healthcare system. We don't. Stop rubbing it in.
Back to working in a healthcare system.
I'm Australian. We have quote-unquote free healthcare. My experience with the medical system in Australia is if you need to go to a doctor, you go and you wait maybe like 40 minutes and then they maybe charge you $5.
Beautiful.
They give you what you need and you go. No exorbitant wait times, no lack of doctors, like none of this like weird stuff. Excuse the dog, he's chewing on a toy. In America, I pay like $400 a month and my doctor's booked out for 3 weeks and I could go to an urgent care, but sometimes you'll go for like 6 hours and then they'll turn you away at the end of the day because they didn't have time to see you.
Crazy.
And then they still charge you hundreds of dollars. I recognize different states are different and that I live in California and it's like probably one of the worst ones. I don't know.
Oh.
But all of the things that I hear people in the US say about problems with socialist healthcare are problems that I have with the private healthcare here and that I never had in a socialist healthcare system.
Yeah, we don't. We just be saying stuff, bro. I swear to, like, this comment say we're brainwashed into thinking our tax dollars shouldn't benefit us in any way, bro. We just be saying stuff to say stuff. Like, we don't. We're so brainwashed by TV and news and politicians, and we don't really research into things ourselves. And I think that's the biggest problem. And I've been that way for most of my life, where it's like, if I see somebody do like in the government or see a politician say it, I just automatically believe it's true. And so, this socialist word is like was so taboo over here for so long, I feel like. But then I actually learned what socialism is, and I'm just like, bro, like, why are we absolutely dissing socialism? I feel like you got to have a mixture of both capitalism and socialism. But I feel like socialism has been so disrespected here and so dissed without us truly knowing what socialism really is. And I think that's one of the biggest things. So here, you're here in Australia, no exorbitant wait times, maybe 40 minutes, see the doctor, get what she needs, go. Everything's good, covered by medical or Medicare under her bills basically come out of her taxes, so she ain't got to sweat about paying big doctor bills where she come over here to America, pay $400 a month. Know what I'm saying? Doctor booked out for 3 weeks, could go to urgent care, but might end up waiting there all day just to not get treated, just to get sent back home, try to come back tomorrow. All the problems. What she say? All the problems that I've been told that you would deal with in socialist healthcare is what I deal with private healthcare here in America. Now, she is in California. I will say she is in California. We don't F for California. We don't F for California. Texas. Texas is where it's at. Greatest state in the U.S. But yeah, that's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy Neal. Out.